Welcome to Trading Lounge and the European indices for the 13th of April. So this is the Stoxx 50 here on a monthly chart, and I just thought we would have a bit of a look at it. So yeah, I mean, how would we count this here? Would we count it as an A wave down here, a B wave back up to here, and a C wave down here? Would we look at this as a corrective pattern here for this? Or could we just look at it as part of a corrective pattern, as an A and a B and a C wave here for an A wave here, and then coming back up for some sort of B wave high here? In that case, we could look for a 61.8% where it sort of is here shortly for that. Anyway, it's a little bit of a puzzle if anybody's got any ideas. And also too is that if that is the case, then how do we count this here as well? We can see that this is impulsive here. We can see that this is impulsive. Obviously this move coming down from here to here appears to be corrective. It's hard to get it as an A and a B and a C wave here for that, because that's also, you probably could get that. But anyway, we need to do some work on this Stoxx 50. If anybody's got any ideas, that would be good. Send them through. But also too, what's probably a little bit more, well, both of them are important, this side of the fence and also this side of the fence as well. So from this low here, how do we count that to the upside here? I mean, do we have a low in here, and will we be making a new high above here? I mean, is that possible? I mean, because I know that there's nothing too high and there's nothing too low. So anyway, we'll go from the monthly to the weekly chart, and we'll pick it up from this low area here. So this is the low here. So how do we count this move up through here as well? I mean, do we line it up with the DAX? And, you know, can we count this as 1 and 2 here, and 3 and 4 and 5 here for wave 1? And then some sort of corrective move back for wave 2 here, and then we're going into a big third wave up here. That's also possible as well here. So just counting it like I mentioned here on the daily chart here, we can count 5 waves up to here for 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then up here for 5 here. Can this be wave 1 and 2 back at this point here? Or do we need to count this as a corrective, the whole thing as a corrective rally? That's the other point here. If we were counting it as a bullish move, well, then it would look a little bit like this here. So I'm just shooting the breeze here, you know, it's no sort of big deal, but it does count quite nicely as wave 1 and 2 here, and then 1 and 2 here, and then 1 and 2 here, and then 5 little waves in here for wave 3 ending soon, and wave 4, and then wave 5 of 3, and then this third wave here would be longer than wave 1 here. So then we could look at wave 4 and wave 5 for 3 and 4 and 5. I mean, is that all possible at that point? You know, I think it's just good to look at these counts and then just work through them. Obviously, at the moment we're at 4,000 here, so 4 is a medium level. It's halfway between two major levels of 3,000 and 5,000, and the major levels are the Fibonacci sequence of 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, and then we go back to the power of 10 again, to 1 again, so 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 50,000, that sort of thing. But yeah, so with this in mind here, we could also look at the DAX in the same light as well here. So with the DAX here, we'd been looking at this as wave 3 over here. Well, we'll go back a little bit here. In fact, we'll go back a little bit further now that we're looking at the bigger picture of things. So we can go back to this point where we've got wave 3 and 4 here, and then we're looking for 5 waves to the upside in terms of 1 and 2 here, and 3 here and 4 here for this. But we've got wave 4 here that sort of overlaps. If we put that wave 4 there, it kind of overlaps just here. I mean, do we allow for that? I mean, or do we need to count all this up here as wave 1 and ABC back for wave 2 at this point? And even going into a bigger bull market once again. Also too, with the S&P 500, this move down through here, it made a new low below here for this one. So on the S&P 500, we'd be looking at this as an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave down here for a wave for this wave 4. So that really throws that out of whack a little bit as well for the DAX. But if we were looking at the DAX in the same light as we were looking just then as the Stoxx 50, then we'd be looking at it like this here, a much more bullish picture to the upside of wave 1 and 2 here, and then just we could look at that in different ways here, but we'll look at that in a moment, moving up through here. So we can look at that in this light here. Let me just bring this in here. So just looking at the bit bigger of a picture today, that's all. We'll look at the smaller picture as well, but so wave 1 here and 2 here, and then wave 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 in here, and then going up for wave 3 here, and wave 4 and wave 5 here, and so on. So that's all possible. So those two counts, the Stoxx 50 here and the DAX, would come into play here for this. So with the Stoxx 50, just coming back for the Stoxx 50 for a moment here, we've got 5 little waves in this move here for this. So I think I may have put them somewhere here. I'll just check. Yeah, here's good enough. Yeah. So I mean, it's a real fit. This wave count fits really well. There's no overlapping wave structures. Everything is like accounted for. So I think it's quite a good count. I mean, we'll be looking at, this could be topped out here already for this actually, or there could be one more little high here. But either way, we'll still be looking for an ABC correction here, that in this case from this low here to wherever that high is, I'll just take it to the current high, would pull back to the 38.2% retracement level. Now we've got trades in this. Let's go back to, I'm going to go to a 15-minute chart now where I started all of this a while ago here, and we'll need to bring in a bit more data here for this. So this count here, we've got a trade in here and we've got a trade in here for this, and we were counting up. So we were looking at this as being a wave 4 in play here, but we may have I'm bringing the stop up to this point here now for this, right under this low. So it could be that we've got this top already in play here for this. So coming back to, we'll see how it plays out here, but that stop goes in here now, so it can certainly push up here in 5 waves, moving up through here to finish off here, and then we would see that dance across the 4,000 here for that. We'll just see how that goes. It's not such a big deal. So we're just about out of this trade now anyway, so I'll just leave that to one side and we'll just focus on the DAX here now. So yeah, so this count here, obviously it takes us quite a lot higher here. Now I don't know if that's the case, but there's a reasonable chance for this to occur here. So we'll just take it step by step. And what we're going to be looking at here over the next few sessions really is the 15,000. Now we've broken up through the 15,000, so we need to go in and have a look at that. This is a little bit closer in, so we've got wave 1 and 2 here, then 1 and 2 here, then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then going up for 5. Now I'm not quite sure if there's one more little lift in here for this, and then we come down here for this ABC pattern, or we've got this wave 5 already sitting in the top here. On the intraday that we've been looking at, or the tick chart, we've still got a little bit more of a move to go up into that space. So I'm just going to go straight to the tick chart where we were working from yesterday. So from this wave forward, been counting up here, a little bit squashy in here, but wave 1 and 2 here, and then up for 3 here, and then yesterday we were looking for wave 4 to pull back here. So we have to move from this high to this low here. We have to move above this 60% retracement level, and it's not looking that good at this moment. So it's quite possible that we do already have the top in play here, and would need to look at this as an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave moving back down below the 15,000 in this case. Because we never stopped here, we've got the overshoot pattern. So the overshoot pattern we don't see very often, but it's this one here. So if we've got a level here and it doesn't stop at the level here and just go through, normally the distance that goes above will be roughly the distance that swings below. And then the 15,000 across here will become the balance point. And if we're patient enough, we'll pick the market up over this side over here for that. But I'm just not quite sure if I've missed a wave in here or something, because it does look a little bit sort of bearish at this point. But that said, we would need to look at, well, we wouldn't want the market to come below this here for this. So if you're going to place a stop, then you would place it either here, or if you wanted to even get closer, depending on what you've got there, something in that space there for this. So we're close to a top. Yeah, I'm thinking that we should have another move up here, but it's just not looking that good. And one of the reasons for that is this first move here, it appears to be in 3 waves. So that's not a good sign for the rest of this structure here for that, unless we bring this wave 5 over to here for this. But then it's not on the low there. So we'll just see how it goes. In a nutshell, as long as it stays above the 15,200, then you can remain bullish, but otherwise we'll need to look at lower prices for this. Okay, so let's just go back a bit. So this is just the hourly chart for the DAX that we were looking at yesterday. So we had it as wave 3 and 4 here, just sort of rehashing this and looking at this as wave 1 and 2 yesterday. Looking for folks that wanted to go long could do so above here, but keeping the stop here at that point. I can see that we can move that stop, can half that risk and put the stop here for that now. Also, I did talk about the probability of moving up to this 50-60% retracement level and then moving down in that case. So that's still on the cards, but our primary count is wave 3, 4 here, and then looking up for wave 3, 4 and 5 to finish off up here for that, which in this case now makes this the wave 3 top here, and then we'll be coming back for an ABC. So let's just see how that plays out at that point. I'll just check on the FTSE as well. FTSE's a slightly different count. Let's go back to the 4-hour chart. We've been working the 4-hour chart and the hourly chart. So in this instance here, it's a slightly different count once again, but from wave 4 here, I was assuming that this is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 for 1 here, back for 2 here, and then 1 and 2 and 3. And yesterday we were looking for wave 4 to pull back. So that's kind of in place here now. That's where we were looking at on that line. So that's all good at that point. I don't need that and that. So in this case, we're still looking for a move up. Probably a little bit ambitious looking that high up here now for that, but where are we? I'll bring it down to 7,050, but it could be 7,030 30 to 50 in that regard, and then coming back here again for that. So I'll just leave this wave count as it is here. So everything being fair and equal, we'll see a move up. Look at I'm still probably seeing what's going on in the other markets. I think it's still a bit ambitious for that. So I'm just going to bring it right in on the 7,000 at that stage. And then this wave 4 can pull back to this wave 4 and then move up. That's probably a little bit more sensible for that. On the 4-hour chart, the stochastics is looking quite good down the bottom down here for a bit over extended, so we should see that elastic band pop back up. So yeah, that's where that is. We'll just check it out, double check it on the 1 hour chart. So we don't need any of this. This has all come to pass. Put that wave 3 here, that's all good. Wave 4's sitting there nicely. Looks quite impulsive up here for that, so that's all good. So if you wanted to go long, you can go long above here. Nice clean move there for that. No, I'll just hold off on that, I think, because the other markets are a bit pushy at that point. And the other point we've got, if you did go long there, then you'll just need to be aware of where that 50-60% retracement level is. So it doesn't really give you a lot. If it was going to fail, that's where it's going to fail at 6,900, 6,920, 10 to 20 in there. So it could fail from that point, but otherwise we'll see this climb up and make a new high. Wave 3 will normally come to the previous high here. Wave 4 and wave 5 come into that point. So we can bring this down here, just being a little bit more conservative rather. Okay, so that's really where the FTSE is at this stage. So I'll leave it at that. Thanks for tuning in, much appreciated. Cheers.